Are smaller homes being built here to save the day against high home prices? Let's find out on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show where we are cutting through the crap and seeing what's real, what's fake, and what's hype and what you should be paying attention to in the news in real estate and mortgages. So today I've got Rich Jefferson back in the hot seat with me, and we are discussing an article from U.S. News. Before we get there, Rich, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. This
Good to hear.
article is going to be interesting because this is a big shift that we're seeing. And why don't we just get right into it?
Let's do it. So this article, like I said, from usnews.com, you guys can go check it out in the link below. But what it's talking about is there's actually a trend that smaller homes are being made in new home starts by home builders. And you can guess why. But Rich, tell us about it.
Well, I think the days, well, I shouldn't say they're over, but the days of the McMansions are likely behind us. Uh, and it's all an affordability. Well, there's several pieces. One, right now, it's an affordability issue.
Sure.
New builders, they're not building, large tranches of, 5,000 square foot homes because they don't have buyers for those. But they do have buyers, first time home buyers, that will buy a 2,200 square foot home for 350 to 500,000. So that's where they are today, the new builds.
Yeah, and so it's an affordability problem for home buyers, but I would assume also for the builders themselves, right? You're talking about square cost per square footage is higher now than it's ever been. And if you're thinking about, 100 plus dollars a square foot, and that's on the low end, shaving off 250 square feet to a house, you cut off $25,000 to that house, right? So the quote here that we have is that the median square footage for a new home construction started in the first quarter of 2023 was 2,261, down significantly from the peak size of more than 2,500 square feet. So like I said, it's almost a 250 square foot reduction in the average or the median size. So that does a lot for, like I said, the home affordability, right, Rich?
Yeah, of course, you're able to bring the pricing down. But, with where the Fed fund rates are, the cost to borrow, all of that, it doesn't only affect the borrower, the buyer, it actually affects the builder too. So they're trying to control costs because they're having to somehow finance all the cost to build. And so that cost is up. Although lumber is kind of under control today, not like during the pandemic. One of the main reasons is really the need. Like, we're just not having as many kids as we have had in the past. We're having smaller families that don't require bigger homes. But then you have the piece that not too many people talk about, which is unless you want to live way out, away from the all the conveniences and comforts of big city, you know, you have limited space, you have limited land to build in. So they're having to carve up smaller pieces and put smaller homes, which happens to work today because we have an affordability issue. But it's also there because, hey, families, that's a good size. That's a good size home to keep a family of four in, and have a nice house with an affordable payment.
That's a super interesting point, Rich. I didn't think about the family size and or the land space issue, but that kind of plays into the next quote that I have, which is, despite all this, the quote says, starter home construction remains far below the necessary level to keep up with demand. Freddie Mac defines a starter home as one that is 1,400 square feet in size or less, and just 3% of new construction homes sold in 2021 fell into that category,
Yeah.
down from 11% in 2003. 3% considered starter homes. That is really low. Rich, how, how are we getting into homes if I'm a new home buyer right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the home, it's these are all built on raw land that require all of the utilities and everything, and all of that is expensive within your county and city and state, taxing authorities. It's very expensive to build out a neighborhood of 250 homes. So that the costs have just risen from, this started a long time ago, but this is kind of where we're going. A little bit smaller home, maybe not that starter home at 1,400 square feet, but likely in that 2,200 to 2,500 square feet range. That's where we're going to see most. That's what we're seeing today. Most of the builders we work with, they're all in that 2 to 2,500 square foot. Some are a little bit bigger and some are a little bit smaller. They're just building a bulk of them in that range right now.
Yeah, I guess our builders are trying to hit that affordability sweet spot of, what is affordable to build, what they can fit on a piece of land, and what the demand is out there for, what people really want. And the smaller homes might not be attractive to people, even though they probably don't need more space, especially if they're a single person, a young couple that has no kids. They're still buying bigger houses. So, but trending down for sure, and it's worrisome for people who want to get in on an affordability scale. So,
Yeah.
um,
But the positive side of this piece is that all of these homes will be incredible resales in 3 or 5 years, right? You're going to have a lot of, you've got a lot of Gen Z and millennial getting into the game. So those are the starter homes that they need. If they're not going to be 1,400 square feet, maybe it's going to be 2,000, and likely it's going to be a lot of these new builds that are being sold today.
That's definitely true, Rich. Hey, before we get into a rating for this, I just want to take a quick break, remind everybody out there that we have this really cool free resource for you. If you're having trouble marketing yourself right now, we've put together 5 easy ways that you can get out there and market yourself today so that you can get ahead tomorrow. So go check that out. It's at todayinmortgages.com/marketing, and you can check that out and download it for free right now. So, Rich, let's do a quick rating of this article. How do you rate this article?
I don't want to give a 5 to this article, but it's a 4. It's factual. It's what's happening. This is the trend in the build market right now today. And, you got to understand that.
I also think that in all the news that's out there about real estate right now, this was actually kind of a unique piece that I hadn't seen or been talked about in a while. And so just seeing what's trending with home builders and home sizes was actually super interesting. And it was a nice break from all the debt ceiling crisis information that's being thrown at me right now. So a little bit of a lighter piece. So anyways, hey, Rich, anything else you want to say about this before we sign off?
Hey, these builders are smart. They're just adapting to the market. And while the market may only be this market for a couple of years, they know these are going to be great resales for first-time home buyers come 3 to 5 years. I think it's brilliant. Keeps them kind of out of trouble. It's low risk, quick turn, because everybody wants those homes. So they're just smart.
Yeah, definitely. So, Rich, thanks for bringing the goods today. Like always, if you guys enjoyed Rich's commentary, you can check out more of that when you join the network. And to figure out how you can do that, click the Grow link below, and we will get in contact with you about the best network in mortgages. Thanks again so much for watching, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, give it to a friend. Let them know we're out here. We'd love to get in front of more people to help them figure out today in mortgages. So, until next time, we'll see you around. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.